Hello everyone, welcome back to Summit Academy Zone. Today we will be discussing about MESP-135, which comes under Post Graduate Diploma in Educational Technology, and the code for the program is PGDET. Okay, and the project code is MESP-135. So whatever question you have for this particular project report, we're gonna discuss all those questions, and you will get all the answers of your queries. Okay. So on the screen, you can see the project manual of MESP 135. Okay. If you are enrolled in PGDET program of Indira Gandhi National Open University, then this particular video is for you. Okay. So in this manual, you can see the index on your screen. Okay. What content this particular index have? Letter to learners, an overview of the manual. Section 1, frequently asked questions. Section 2, activities. Section 3, data collection and analysis, feedback form. Okay, so let's go to the important things in the manual, because this manual has so many things, okay, which might not be important for you while making your project report. So I'll be taking you to the section 1, frequently asked questions. So most of the queries will be answered here in this particular section. Okay, how do I select activities for the project work? Okay, the first question is, how do I select activities for the project work? So the answer is, from the activities listed for a course, you may select those you would like to carry out, you are comfortable in. The only condition is that your choice must cover activities of at least 2 credits from each course. Okay, from each, there would be 4 courses. I'm gonna show you later in the video. Okay, the second thing is, what about the activities with less than 1 credit? In case of less than 1 credit, what would you do? You may opt for more activity from the same course, so that you carry out activities of at least 2 credits for a course. Okay, next question is, how many activities do I have to undertake? So basically, it's not about the activities, it's about the credits that you have to fulfill. Okay, the number of activities is not important, it is the credit that matters. You may engage in as few as 4 activities, 1 from each course, provided you earn 2 credits from each course. So basically, you have to earn 2 credits from each course. Okay, next is, can I skip all the activities for a course and carry out 8 credit worth activities from the other courses? So the answer is clearly no. You must carry out activities of at least 2 credits from each of 4 courses. And which are the 4 courses? I'm going to tell you. Will I have to go to various places for data collection? You might have this question in your mind. So let's take the answer. Some activities will require you to visit schools and other educational institutions in your neighborhood for collection of data. You should try to convince the authorities of these institutions about the objective of your study. So basically, you have to coordinate with those schools or organization from where you're going to collect the data. And for all the activities, you need not to go that particular place to visit the particular organization. Some of the activities can also be done without going anywhere. Okay, letter. Okay, so this is not that important. Do I need a guide supervisor for the project? Okay, this is about the guide. No, you don't need supervisor. This manual has been designed for guiding you. However, as the activities are based on the theoretical course of the PGDET program, you must study these courses through before you begin the project. Okay, so you have to read or study all these 4 courses. Okay, will the project work be evaluated? Obviously, it will be evaluated. Okay, yes, the project work would be assessed and grade will be awarded. Okay, you will also get the grade as per your project work. How to write the report for an activity? So basically, this is about how you will gonna form your report for each activity. So what would it have? First, each of your activity must have introduction first, then method of the study, which method you're gonna study. Okay, which method you are gonna use for the study. Analysis and interpretation of data. So basically, whatever data you collect from the organization where you are collecting the primary data, you have to analyze it in this particular chapter. Then you have to write the conclusion. Okay, and then you have to write the references. It should be in APA format. Okay, and then annexure. If you are using any questionnaire or interview, you have to put it and as an annexure at the bottom of your activity. Okay. Can I take content from various sources for preparing the project report? So answer of this question is reading content from various sources is definitely good, but you must carry out the project on your own. So basically it is telling you that you should not copy the content from other studies. Okay. In case of the problem, whom should you contact? You can contact this address, this telephone number. You can pause the video and note down the number and email ID. Okay. But in most of the cases, IGNOU rarely receive your phone. So you have to mail to IGNOU. And still, if you are not getting the answer, you can visit the study center or regional center for this. Okay. Now, activities pertain to different courses. How should I submit the report of activities? This is not that important. Save cover page. What should I? Where should I submit the project report for evaluation? Okay. So you must submit the project report to the concerned regional center of your IGNOU. So, okay. So first you have to make your project report, and then you can submit your project report at your regional center for evaluation. Okay. When should I submit the project report? So basically, for the term end examination in June, you may submit the project report by 30th April. Okay. And for term end examination in December, you may submit it by 31st December. Okay. You have 4 years to complete the program, and you need to clear the term and examination and submit the assignment as well as the project report within the stipulated time. Okay. So you have to remember it. What will be the criteria for evaluation? So see, the criteria for evaluation is given here. Logically, presentation of the content and coherent communication of idea in the activity report is important. Further, we have mentioned the specific parameter of assessment. Okay, here is the parameter. You can see for grade 1, for excellent, okay, you need 4.5 and above. Okay, for very good, you need 3.5 to 4.49. Okay, in this way, for others, you can see here. This is grading system, so you can go through it. You can download the guideline and go through it. Okay. Now this is the section 2 for activities. So what kind of activities you can pursue? It is given here. So basically there are 4 courses, which is MES 131, 132, 134, 135. Okay, so 135 is a project report, and you have to make the activities from each courses like 31, 32, 34, 33 and 34. Okay, so from each of the courses you have to make the activities of 2 credits. So let's take an example. So first activity is activity 1, access to information and communication technology and its use and exploration. So this is the activities or topic, you may say. Okay. Context of the activities. ICT needs to be used regularly rather than occasionally. Further, not only teachers should use it for teaching, but learners should also use it during teaching learning process. Hence, it is necessary to determine who uses ICT for what purpose and how frequently. This will help to determine not just the educational institution access to ICT, but also the nature of its use. The objective of the activities is the objective of the activities are describe the ICT availability at second +2 educational institution, critique the nature of ICT uses at this institution. So this is for MES 131. Okay, what would be your role? Select a government and private educational institution. So basically, while making your activities, you have to select a particular organization. Take permission from the head of the institution. So you have to contact that particular organization's head, and then you have to take the permission of studying that organization. Interview about 10 teachers and 2 students of the institution to determine the ICT available in institute. So basically, these are the questions that you have to ask the management. Okay, and this interview is gonna for 10 teachers and 20 students. Okay, so in this way, you can do the study, conduct the activities. Okay, and then in this way, you can conduct your 4 activities, and from each course you have to take 2 credits activity. Okay, so there are so many activities given the guideline. As an example, I already explained one. So you can, if you want a detailed information about the activities, what kind of activities you can do, you can go to your browser and download this particular guideline and go through it properly. Okay, so these all are activities that you have to study. Some are of MES 131, some are of 132, and so on. Okay, now let's go to another important thing. In this particular guideline, at the bottom of the guideline you can see development, just a second. So this is how you can conduct the activities. Okay. However, in some of the study centers or regional centers, guide also tell the student to make one particular project for a one topic for the entire MESP 135. Okay, that depends upon your study center, regional centers guide. Okay, you can ask him, or you can have a discussion about the project first. Then you only start working on your project. That would be the better option. Okay, so section 3 is about data collection and analysis. How you can collect the data and how can you analyze it. Here, this is given here. Okay, so let's read it first. Okay, for some activities you will have to collect and analyze the data to arrive at findings. Some of you may not be familiar with the process. The section include a brief discussion about these processes. You may read the book. Okay, for research methodology and etc. So data is of two types: quantitative data expressed in numbers. For example, 11 output of 33 schools have internet facilities. Only two schools allow children to use it. Qualitative data, however, comprises narrative like your response to the question, why did you enroll in the PGDET program? A study can involve both qualitative and quantitative data, or it can use either of these two data. So basically, to understand the research methodology, these all are the part of research methodology. How you can collect the data, what kind of data you're gonna use in your project report, either primary data or secondary data, what kind of data you're going to use. Okay, what method of collecting data and collecting the data you're going to use, like either you are collecting your data by a questionnaire or you are conducting the interview, that has to be mentioned in that as well. Okay, then what statistical tool you're going to use to analyze the data, that everything that has to be understood properly. Okay, to understand these things. Again, tools for data collection, questionnaire, everything is given like this. Okay, so in this way I have explained most of the thing about the guideline of MESP 135. However, if you have any question, you can write in the comment box. I'll gonna address this. I'll gonna address it properly. And if you still have any confusion while making your project report, you can contact me on my WhatsApp number. I'll definitely uh, have a discussion on that particular query. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and you can contact us if you have any issues in making your project. We're gonna do that. We're gonna make the project on your behalf. You just have to submit it. You can contact us anytime at our WhatsApp number. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day.